It's Week 12 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see.
I hope everyone took advantage of the Cyber Monday deals. Now it's time to focus on some football. Bears and Vikings underway on Monday night. So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. First play and a first pass for Cousins. Over the middle and complete to Addison. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, Week 6. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. Cousins to throw it. A quick throw, but incomplete. You look at this Bears defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
On third down, Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Taken from just outside the 30. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. So here come the Bears to take over on offense behind their third-year quarterback, former Ohio State Buckeye Charles Justin Fields.
We all knew Fields was an incredible athlete coming out of college, and last season he unleashed it upon the NFL. Ran for over 1,100 yards and would have broken the quarterback single-season record if he had played the full season. He also threw 17 touchdown passes, and that's the next jump for him. More consistency as a passer.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. Nice little juke. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The numbers for him from a week ago. 16 carries, 71 yards.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Fields. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. A solid stiff arm. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A stoppage here for an injury, and not what you want to see. J.K. Dobbins in a little bit of pain after that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd down, they go back to Herbert. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed, lack of great penetration as they stuck that one by the line of scrimmage. My dad used to tell me all the time when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, they're strapped it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
You look at this Bears defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
Cousins to the throw here, caught by Addison. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down, here's Cousins. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's taken down right away at the 39-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing, Cousins. This is caught by Addison. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
They'll run with Herbert.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Ball start. Awesome.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Fields.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their...
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Cousins on first down.
Going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play, because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Third and short yardage, Cousins.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And take over position. up at the 44.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Moore, the man in motion. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down.
To throw is Fields. He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29.
A stoppage here for an injury, and not what you want to see. J.K. Dobbins in a little bit of pain after that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
2nd and a couple.
Play fake. Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now a give running right, Nwangu.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
The Vikings had 8-3 now. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd down, Cousins.
Completes this to Addison out left.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Here's Madison running on first down.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Cousins now on 2nd down.
That is caught inside the 5.
And the Vikings are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Cousins. Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown!
Justin Jefferson.
Touchdown number 15 on the year.
And the Vikings have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much.
2nd and 10. Fields again.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 3rd down, Herbert.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's taken at around the 40. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Now a give, running left is Nwangu.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Justin Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Still on his feet. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, 75 yards. And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Play action now. Cousins. He gets it to Addison. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Cousins now to throw on first down. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So we are at halftime here. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Fields now to throw. And that's incomplete.
The offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Throwing on third down, Fields. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Brown goes in motion left. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
23 yards on the play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Oh, still brings it in. Off the tip here on the deep shot.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson,
39 yards.
and the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
He finds some open. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 121 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll go again.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow. That ball was not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
On 2nd down, here's Fields.
Touchdown Bears! DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bears have come back to make it a 2-point game. The Bears offense staying put. Justin Fields always a threat to run. They'll go for 2 here.
They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade is going to happen, but good thought.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Cousins. That's down the field for Jefferson.
And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hawkinson here.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back to Nwangu again on first down. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. This will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And now we've got a third and goal situation.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Defense keeps him out of the end zone there. Now, will they go for it? And if so, can they do it one more time?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it going for it, because what we've seen from the defense so far, every gap is taken care of.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to, just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
Here's Fields.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Over the middle, complete. That's Moore.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Fields.
And this one is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Again, Fields. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Now Fields going to keep it running left. What a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Back to throw. Fields.
Flush to his right. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. With a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
First down, here's Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
A run here with Brown.
And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
Escapes the defender. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 45.
57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, yeah.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. 37 yards.
And the Vikings will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Marr now to add the extra point. And And that makes it a 9-point game. 5 plays there on that drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Fields on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
They snap it to Fields. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it up. I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Following the interception, Cousins. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
3rd and long for Cousins. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 26. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Now it's Fields.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. On first down, Fields. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This is 1st and 10. Here's Fields. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Here comes 2nd down. Back to throw. Fields. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. And the pressure gets to him again. The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A lot of pressure here for Cade York. This to get it back to a 1-score game. York able to send this one through, and that'll move them back within 6 now. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll go right back to Nwangu.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Give left side here for Nwangu. And he will have a Viking 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Well, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Vikings, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.